Coach, when you look at Eric and obviously Nas being available now, can he find his way in the rotation? I mean, I know what he brings to the table, but how would that work now with you being so late in the regular season?
Yeah, I mean, as we have guys out, Eric is out, so now we'll get some consideration. But we have Roddy, we have Ish Wainwright, who had a hell of a game here last year. We're going to measure in all those guys. All those guys got to stay ready. They all fit trying to match up with this unique opponent where you need perimeter defense, to slow down the Boston Celtics. So, all those guys will be under consideration.
Are you concerned with Eric because, it's a lingering thing you feel could be prolonged, or are you seeing him back maybe by the time the road trip's over?
No, we hope to have him back soon. We actually think that he might play tomorrow. We'll see how it's responding overnight, but it's a knee, so this isn't the same as the reasons he missed earlier. So it's not something that we feel is lingering. It's just getting over this knee collision he had.
You mentioned after the last game against Boston, closing out on the three and how important that is, but because they can get in the paint, it makes it more challenging to defend. How do you go about that tonight, knowing all those factors?
Multiple efforts. I mean, that's what it comes down to. They averaged 47 points in the paint. We gave them 60. So we do have to get to their shooters, but we gotta, we gotta get there, and then we gotta slide our feet and keep the ball in front of us. And if we get beat, we gotta cover for each other better than we did last game.
How do you view games against elite opponents? Is it just any other game, or is there a bit of trying to figure out where you are versus a team like Boston?
Somewhere in the middle. I think there's always a little extra juice against a team that has the best record in the NBA. Someone that a lot of people feel will be in the NBA Finals. But at the same time, we really got to focus on ourselves and improving where we're at. There's some areas that game to game, no matter who we're playing, we have to be better. We have to keep our turnovers down. We have to defensive rebound better. And I still like to see us shoot more threes. So there is a big picture process to trying to improve each night, but definitely a little extra juice in a game like this.
Coach, will it be on a minutes restriction at all?
Yes. 15 to 20 is what they're asking.
And then just for you, what does it mean to be back here, your connection to this city and people? Yeah,
that's where I got my start. So Boston will always be special to me. I got my first job in the NBA here with Coach Pitino back in 98. Met my wife here, had my first daughter here, and this place will always be special to me.
Rick, how do you feel about the whole debate about, bringing some defense back into the game in terms of the high scoring numbers this year, the back and forth about, how can you kind of bring those down if you want to at all? And what's it kind of like to coach defense in this era where there is so much scoring?
It's hard to game plan with the firepower and the skill level, today's NBA player, and honestly the system most of us are running. Where we're trying to shoot a lot of threes, we're trying to keep the paint open. Makes it very, very difficult to create the defensive numbers that we were able to create a few years back. In terms of legislating all that stuff, I leave that to the league. I just focus on trying to win games within the rules that are in place. The league makes good decisions with that.
Frank, you've coached your share of great players, but what's it like coaching Kevin Durant?
It's awesome. KD's a man. I mean, he's just he's steady. He really is remarkably consistent, and with his everyday work, his demeanor and will to win, his IQ, his care factor. He wants to be great, and he wants this team to reach greatness. And he's playing great right now. He's playing great basketball. It's really remarkable how he's performed for us this year.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.